and welcome back to Caitlyn's Corner. So the rest of this week we are looking at farm animals, and so today I have for y'all a piglet named Mercy. Okay, so if you're ready, we are going to get started with a piglet named Mercy. Okay. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson lived in a house on Deckawoo Drive. Deckawoo Drive was an ordinary street in an ordinary town. So there's their house on Deckawoo Drive. And Mr. and Mrs. Watson were ordinary people who did ordinary things in ordinary ways. So Mr. Watson, he's trimming the hedges. Let's see, Mrs. Watson, she is vacuuming up there. And then Mr. Watson down here is cleaning his car. Seems pretty ordinary to me. But one day, Mrs. Watson said to Mr. Watson, I wonder if we aren't just the tiniest bit too predictable? Predictable? Us? Said Mr. Watson. Surely not. It's just that sometimes I wish something different would happen, said Mrs. Watson. Things are just fine as they are, said Mr. Watson. So Mrs. Watson is wondering if her life is a little bit too predictable. But Mr. Watson doesn't want to change anything. But then something different did happen. Uh-oh. Molson's Pig Transport caution pigs on the truck. Do you see what's falling off the truck? There's a pig over here falling off the truck. Someone very small and not at all ordinary found her way to the Watson's house on Deckawoo Drive. So there's the truck she fell off, and she's walking to the house, the Watson's house on Deckawoo Drive. Mr. Watson made the discovery when he opened the door for the morning paper. Mrs. Watson, he called, come see. He was surprised. Look at his face. His mouth is open. Oh, the little dear, said Mrs. Watson. Oink, said the piglet. I think she's hungry, said Mr. Watson. They found the piglet outside on the front porch. Is that a pig? Said Eugenia Lincoln. Eugenia Lincoln lived next door, and she did not approve of surprises or pigs. It is, said Mrs. Watson. Can you believe our luck? Don't be ridiculous, said Eugenia Lincoln. A pig is not lucky at all. So there's Miss Eugenia Lincoln. She doesn't quite like the pig. What did the pig ever do to her? Do you think perhaps the piglet would like a bottle of warm milk? Said Baby Lincoln. Baby was Eugenia's younger sister, and she was fond of surprises. So that means she liked surprises, unlike her sister, Eugenia. And she liked piglets. Mr. Watson scratched his head. A bottle of milk? I don't know. This is all so unpredictable. Leave it to me, said Baby Lincoln. Oink, said the piglet again. So can you tell the difference between Miss Eugenia? She's not happy at all. She's got a mad face on. But her sister, Baby, looks happy. So they are different sisters. So Mrs. Watson picked up the piglet and took her inside. She wrapped her in a blanket. Have you ever seen anyone so darling? She said. Never, said Mr. Watson. So they are in awe of the little piglet. Here is the warm milk, said baby Lincoln. I have it right here. Eugenia said, this is absurd. So absurd would mean crazy. So Miss Baby has the milk, but Eugenia is still not liking the idea. The piglet did not think it was absurd at all. She drank the entire bottle of milk. She was a thirsty, hungry pig. And then she burped and oinked and went looking for more. She wanted more milk. Goodness, don't you think she had enough? She drank the entire bottle. Oh my goodness, said Mr. Watson. Watch out, said Eugenia. She seems to like toast very much, said Baby. Oh, the darling, darling thing, said Mrs. Watson. Goodness, the pig ran up and she's just wanting to eat some toast from the table. Mr. Watson, said Mrs. Watson, perhaps you would like to hold her for a bit. Certainly, said Mr. Watson. He took the piglet in his arms, he rocked her, he hummed. How extraordinary, said Mr. Watson. She is a porcine wonder. Mr. Watson, I think, likes the piglet. This piglet is a wish come true, said Mrs. Watson. What a mercy she is, said Baby. There you go, said Mr. Watson. We will call her Mercy. She is not a mercy, said Eugenia. She is a pig. Oink, oink, said the piglet. You cannot name a pig Mercy, shouted Eugenia. She doesn't like the idea of the pig. Look, she's back there in the corner while all the others are leaning over the pig in awe. But they did name her Mercy. She was entirely unpredictable. She was not at all ordinary, and she was very, very loved. And look at little Mercy. She's sitting in a high chair, eating toast with her new family, all because she fell off of a pig truck. So I hope you enjoyed this one. This is called A Piglet Named Mercy. Thank y'all for tuning in, and remember the rest of this week is farm animals. Bye.